Hello, magical gang stars. Welcome to another edition of GSM Tarot. I'll be your host, the Gangstar Magician himself. I'm here to deliver you your message because you are my people and I love you, okay? And that's what I love to do. So I do what I love and I love what I do, okay? And that is why I'm doing what I do, okay? For you, that is who. Cindy Lou. So, yeah, what are we looking at here, okay? What we are looking at is Archangel Michael just standing at that door, brother, and he just said, let me tell you something. He said, ain't nobody getting by. If they're not on the list, they're not coming in, okay? It's made guys only in this one. No associates are over here. We don't let no outsiders, okay? Because remember, we're the New Age outlaws, okay? We don't interact with just anybody. A lot of rats out there, okay? We don't deal with rats. We don't care what they say, what they do. They're a rat, okay? And we don't like rats around here. Alright, so just know we open up our heart to you, okay? Because we welcome in any and all unconditional love. It's all about loyalty. And remember, rats are not loyal, okay? That is for sure. Yes, they are not. So let's get a little read here for you, okay? Really feels nice today, isn't it good? Holidays are coming up. We're all starting to feel better. Everybody's getting their confidence up. Everybody's no longer as crazy as they used to be. We don't give a fuck no more. We don't care what happens to these people with the divine masculine and the jerk off karmics around them. We don't care. See, they needed you to care. They needed you to be like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? You're just like, listen, brother, go keep the motherfucker. We don't need them anyway. Listen, we're better off. We got what we needed out of this anyway. Remember, a twin flame relationship is about becoming the best version of yourself. Realistically, it's not really about romance. Now, could it be? Sure it can, okay? May it most likely be? Yes, okay? But at the end of the day, if you get to become the best version of yourself, you won. You won, but the balance has to be there. They have to also put their work in. So just know, it's Five of Swords. Perhaps maybe they wanted to win against you at all costs. Maybe this was a battle. Maybe you were in a one-sided competition you didn't even know about. That you won too, actually. A one-sided competition that you should have never won, okay? You had so many people up against you that it was the mega bullies, okay, versus you. And you just outlasted them, that's all. They tried to win at all cost. And that really cost them, okay? Why did that cost them? Because you're a Queen of Swords. You got boundaries. They couldn't get to you, okay? They weren't able to project to you any longer. Your boundaries were there. You protected your energy, okay? So all this stuff that they created, realistically, they took themselves out. By winning at all cost, really cost them because of you being a Queen of Swords, okay? That's a fact. And now these people, they're all Three of Swords are heartbroken over here. Okay, they can't believe it. They're mad at you for blocking their negativity. And them, this is what they're mad about. They're trying to blame you for this. It's your fault this is all happening. If it wasn't for you, okay, Four of Pentacles, but no, it was for their greed, okay, not wanting to share the wealth, feeling you don't deserve. They said you don't deserve anything. They felt they really did. They felt like you deserved nothing. Okay, they just projected all their negativity onto you their whole entire life. You go through all the stuff that they put you through, and they make it like you're nothing. But it's all their nonsense that they've been projecting onto you all these years. Yeah, and there you go. That's why we're drinking our solar plexus tea. We got the confidence here, brother. Okay, so you're not going to come up against us today. It's not going to happen. You know why? Look at this. Both these guys, just pick these up at the same time. Because you got the King of Cups here, okay, who loves you. You also got this King of Swords who sees everything. So you don't have to worry about too much, all right? And you're also a Queen of Swords. So now these people are heartbroken, okay? They're seeming seen by this King of Swords as people who want to win at all costs, okay, for their greed for Pentacles. Yes, they are. Now they are clearly under judgment, because now Judgment Day is here. T2000, brother, okay? And they are not going to be able to, I don't believe they're going to be able to survive this, okay? The only way they can survive this is by apologizing and healing and killing their ego. It's the only way. They have to kill their ego to survive this. Otherwise, the ego is going to kill them one way or another. Watch. They have to kill their ego. But I don't believe they can. Maybe they can. Maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see. But I believe your DM will. They're gonna kill their ego. They're definitely gonna calm down with their tail between their legs, and that's up to you how you want to handle it. Okay. I suggest forgiving everybody, no matter what the situation is. Okay. I mean, I really don't know how bad it could be. I mean, it would have to be really, really bad for you not to forgive them, right? I mean, how bad could it possibly be? You know, what was your part in this? Okay, that's what we all got to look at. What was our part in this? As defined feminists. What did we do wrong here? Okay, because a lot of times we come off like we're perfect. Okay, we try to at least. All right, that's how these other readings present you. They present you as you're perfect, that you do everything right, and that these people do it. You know what I mean? Tell you what you want to hear. But the gangsta magician doesn't tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is that you have to take a look at your part in this, okay? And you got to balance, okay? It's not all them, all right? There's things that you may have done wrong too, okay? I don't believe you may have respected their boundaries also. Maybe you were out of line. But yes, I understand that it wasn't all you, okay? It was a 50-50 thing here. And both of you were blaming each other for it. That's the way I look at it. I look at the DMs blaming you, and then the DMs blaming the DM. So it's like, how do we get to this part to balance these energies to where we stop the blame game and come together? All right, let's figure this out. Okay, let's figure it out. Did I do a shuffle? I did, right? Let's do one more. One more for good measure. It's starting to get cold. It's cold over here. It's 30 degrees or something. I said the Arctic Blast or something, they say, I believe. I believe I heard that. Arctic Blast. Sounds like a Mountain Dew drink. But don't worry, because you have the Hierophant here for you, okay? They're here. You have institutional support. People see what you're all about. They see your value. They cannot block you any longer. These people knew. They needed you not to know, okay? They needed you to not be in this full energy, that's for sure, okay? Because you being so pure and innocent is really why you've been running on universal energy, is why you survived all this, okay? Because you can't attack a fool. They're not bothering anybody. You were never bothering these people. They just hated you because you were you. It's really all this comes down to. They hated you because of who you were. That's all it comes down to. You didn't do anything to them. They didn't like you. Maybe you antagonize people. You could be a demon agitator. Wouldn't you conquer? You know what I mean? So figure, but you're pure and innocent though. That's okay. If you're pure and innocent, then fine. You can agitate demons all you like. All right, but just remember, when you agitate them, they're going to fight. They're going to come for you. So you better be ready for these demons if you're going to agitate them. Okay? Unlike me, I don't agitate demons. They just are agitated by my presence, okay? But then they want to come at me, and I say, come at me, brah. And then they always reject. They always, what's the word? What the fuck happened? Regret. I'm saying regret. They always regret that decision coming up against me, okay? Because Two of Wands reversed. Because they had a fear of change. They were playing it safe. They didn't plan that far. They didn't even see you coming. They didn't see you surviving this. They thought that they were just going to come attack you, and you were just going to fall down and never get back up, and they were going to take whatever it was, and you were just going to never do anything about it. This is what they believed. Or if they did, they were going to do it in a way where make you out like you were nuts. Like if you said something. Like there was no way you were ever going to be able to do this physically. And by physically, I mean, like, take this to the courts, go talk to cops, nobody's going to listen to you because they're going to say you're crazy. And because these people are higher, they know people, they're going to say this person's, you know what I mean? They're going to go back to your stuff and say, look, they've been here, because it's been systematically done that way. So that's why you just let God handle it. You can't do nothing, because if you could have done something about it, you would have already done something about it, okay? The best thing you could do is just keep being who you are, okay? Because remember, the Ace of Pentacles is coming here to you, okay? Because you're a Nine of Pentacles. You're almost there. You're a Queen of Pentacles. You don't need nobody. Abundance is with you. You got a Ten of Cups. That's going to be your foundation, okay? You're building a Ten of Cups. It creates the abundance. Ace of Pentacles is coming. You're looking solid. It's a 9-year. It's almost over. These cycles are complete. It's the same thing every day. Same thing. It's the same thing in Death this year, though. Okay? Just understand, Death this year. They're on the horse. They got the flag. They're walking around the community that came against you. They said, okay, anybody else got a problem with the collective? Because I'm here. Let me know. I'll relay the message to them. Nobody's got nothing to say to Death right now. Nobody's got a problem with you right now. In fact, they want you to come back, they said. But Death wants to know why now. He wants explanations. People have to explain themselves, okay? Seven of Pentacles. Because remember, you had a long-term view here, okay? You were hardworking, perseverant. These people said you were lazy, that you weren't able to take care of yourself, okay? They said a lot of crazy stuff about you. They tried to project it. They really tried to set you up for this, okay? But you just didn't let it happen. You said, no, that's not who I am. Call my energy, my power back. I call my energy, my power back. And I call my energy and my power back, okay? That's all you have to do. Just call your energy and your power back. Okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse. And now, you calling your energy and your power back is showing just how possessive and greedy and stingy these people that you were dealing with were. Because they didn't plan this far. They just thought they were going to take everything. They didn't see themselves losing, okay? They definitely didn't see the illusions being shattered, okay? They didn't see death showing up on a white horse with a flag, okay, asking questions, okay? They definitely didn't see that happening, okay? But that's exactly what's happening here, all right? And they may not take death seriously until, you know, he makes an example out of somebody. So perhaps death is here to make an example out of someone. That's usually how you get the ball rolling, right? Make an example. I mean, somebody's got to go, okay? Remember that, okay? Because Judgment Day is here. These people are under judgment. Whoever came up against you, they're under judgment. Why? Because the new world is here. You are the one who has this new earth, okay? You are the catalyst. You are going to be the leader here. One of them, at least, okay? And that is pretty awesome because the cycle here is complete. You completed this, whatever nonsensical cycle you've been stuck in all these years, perhaps maybe 2,000 years, okay? But now it's over because the age of Aquarius is here. And the new age outlaws, the 8th house crew, the Magic Mafia, have taken over officially. Okay, we put the flag down. Okay, Death said, here we go. We put our black flag with the skull. We said, now it's our time. Okay, the Death Angels are here. And we called the other angels. Come on, it's our time now. And then everybody loves us after that. They say, oh, we love these Death Angels. They're the best. Yeah, they get a bad rap. Okay, and like I stated, you are going to be getting this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, because remember, you're a Nine of Pentacles. That's going to earn you this financial opportunity, okay? And you will get that abundance, okay? Especially that Ten of Pentacles, because you will have your foundation built on this Ten of Cups, because you have this Ace of Wands here, because you have an urge to create. You're an inspiration. Perhaps you're working on a new project. Something is coming up, okay? But you are making something happen, okay? You are working. You are making it. You're putting things into fruition. You know, things are coming to fruition for you now. Okay, and they're not fully grown, but you could see the growth, okay? That's for sure. That's all you need, okay? Because that's all it comes down. It doesn't matter how fast you get there, because slowly is the fastest way to get to where you need to be, because you can nurture yourself better that way. You know what I'm saying, brother? But this Empress in reverse, on the other hand, they didn't know about that. They thought that they had to get everywhere quickly. They thought that quickly was the best way. But no, because they're quickly going to be sent all the way back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. Because when they come up against you, the end result will always be the same, and we know the rest, okay? I don't have to keep going with that. Okay, you continually prove this to these people. How much more? Like I said, so Death is here to make an example, and the example is going to be out of this Empress in reverse. Your replacement, your destiny swapper, the one who thought they were going to be you. Of course they're going to be the ones that get sacrificed here. Of course, Dix, they thought you were going to be sacrificed. And why are they being sacrificed? Page of Pentacles, because you're clearly manifesting the sacrification, okay, of this person. You want to sacrifice you? No. The days of you being sacrificed are over, okay? We have not forgotten the cross, my friend, okay? So here's the thing. You're going to have to pay for this, Empress in reverse. We know the setup. We've seen this coming from a mile away. We've been waiting a long time for this, okay? Actually, many lifetimes. And this is the exact moment where we were ready to get you. We got you, okay? We got the devil, okay? We caught them. They're caught. So that's what it came down to. They wanted you so bad that they were willing to come up here to do it themselves, okay? Because Asmodeus couldn't get it done, so they had to come up here themselves, and they couldn't get it done. And now nobody wants nothing to do with you, because now it's done. You beat the leader. Okay, Four of Cups in reverse. Now everyone's suddenly aware. They want to choose happiness now. They don't want to be around this devil. This devil lost. They're done. They've been seen through. Empress in reverse. They're seen. It's not you. Okay, it can't be you. They were able to pretend to be you when you were down. But like I said, once you called your energy and your power back, this person no longer can cloak themselves, and they're coming off for their true nature. You're seeing it, okay? You're seeing it with these celebrities, okay? A lot of them, they're rotting away. Look at them. Look it up. Look how skinny they're all becoming. That's not a trend. That's happening because It's just what's happening. Look at the people from Wicked. Look at them. Look at them. You know what I mean? They fucked around and look what happened. They look like skeletons, that's for sure. Skeletor of sorts. But at the end of the day, you look great, Two of Pentacles. You're able to adapt. You were flexible, okay? You balanced everything, all right? You knew what you wanted to do, okay? And you got it done, and that's why you're doing it, all right? You followed directions correctly. That is for certain, my friend. That's why you have this institutional support here. That's why people are suddenly aware that they want to choose you, okay? Because Judgment Day is here for this Empress in reverse who didn't plan this far, that's for sure, because death is here, and the end is here, because this greedy person, this possessive, stingy Empress in reverse, thought that they were going to take from you. Okay, now, Five of Cups, they're all regret now, they're all disappointed. They're coming off as a failure. A lot of grief here, very pessimistic, because they know the end is here, because death's looking right at them. Because they didn't want to, nobody wanted to listen. Death comes over, they ask people, they say they don't want to listen. So you have to make an example out of somebody. And who better than the Empress, okay, in reverse, because you are the star of the show. They tried to pretend like they were the star, like you were the Empress in reverse. But no. You just showed exactly what this was. This person made you a megastar, actually. A megastar. You were always going to be a star, but now they made you a megastar. It's like you're Nancy Kerrigan and they're Tanya Harding. I mean, you were going to win anyway, but they made it even better story now, okay? And I said, why? Why did you do this to me? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get him, why? But really, no, I don't give two shits. Thank you, I say. Thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. Appreciate you. Thank you. Remember that? Nancy Kerrigan? That's crazy, right? Tanya Harding. I think she did pornos. That crumb bum. She looked like she was wholesome at one time. I don't know. But now, she wanted to win at all costs, that Tanya Harding. Five of Swords. And it really cost her, didn't it? Okay, you had to go to jail for that. But here's the thing. These people that came up against you, it's really going to cost them. And they're going to have to go to jail too, because what they did was heinous. Especially heinous. Okay, because you, Ace of Swords, could clearly see that as especially heinous, and so can other people now. Okay, because remember, you do not get true justice until the public is truly as outraged as you are, okay? People need to see what these people did, and they're seeing it very clearly, Ace of Swords. Very clearly. The rain has stopped, you know. That's for sure. Okay, now I could clearly see Five of Pentacles. This Empress in reverse is headed there. That's why they're in this Five of Cups. That's a 5-5-5. The end is here. Okay, there you go. You got some change. Okay, there's gonna be some change. 5-5-5. Because you got the Five of Cups, you got the Five of Pentacles, and you got the Five of Swords. And that was all in relatively quick timing. Okay, so you got somebody here that wants to win at all costs. That's very much in regret because they're seeing, because it really cost them. And now them trying to win at all costs took them right to the Five of Pentacles. Because like I said, it really cost them, because death is here to make an example out of them. And they didn't plan this far, and they're under judgment, and they're being seen for their greed and their possessiveness, their stinginess, okay? And yeah, they're done. No more of this person. They've been on a downward spiral anyway, so this is the end here. Okay, the illusions are shattered. There's no more. They can't say anything. They're trying to say that you're doing this. Doesn't work no more. That story don't work no more. Nobody listens to that now. You've already proved that you're the Empress. You're the real Empress, okay? And this person's showing exactly. But now they have other people have to answer for this Empress in reverse too, okay? It comes with this. Why did they recommend this person? Where did this person come from? Who brought this person in? Okay, Page of Cups in reverse. Who brought this emotionally immature person in? This Empress in reverse that was getting paid to block your divine union, okay? Trying to block you, this Queen of Pentacles, from being with your counterpart, okay? They wanted to pretend that they were a Queen of Pentacles. They tried to say that you couldn't take care of yourself, but this person clearly is showing that they cannot take care of themselves and that they're every last thing that they said you were. Every last thing. You projected that. Everything they projected onto you has all been returned, okay? Tenfold. All right? So you're being seen as the ideal spouse. All right? And that's why people are regretting what they did. They don't know what to do. And Death's making an example out of this Empress. Now people are going to get nervous. Now people are starting to make phone calls. Now people are saying, whoa, the Empress in reverse is gone. What are we going to do? He's coming for... You know what I mean? Now they want to make up now. They want to make up for this. Okay? Because they see movements here. Chariots here. Okay? You're moving along. You're going to where you need to be. You're headed to the best place ever. You're headed to the penthouse, brother. And this makes these people heartbroken, Three of Swords. They're heartbroken that you have institutional support and you're headed straight to the top. Okay? Because they can't get to you. They've never seen you being this stealthy. They never seen this. Okay? They thought that they had you figured out. No, we had you figured out. And how we figured you out is by letting you think you figured us out, okay? Never ever underestimate, the Spanish Inquisition. We always come in and win. Believe me when I tell you, okay? And we also take out High Priestess and reverses, too. So now you have an Empress reverse and a High Priestess reverse. This is the Matriarch who brought in their own replacement, their protege, the Empress in reverse here, to break up your divine union, okay? Send this person in so they could continue to siphon. They thought they were a real trickster, this high priest, but they're the one who's really paying here, okay? Because they're being seen as a real fucker, okay? They're seeing this. What they did is especially heinous because they're the mother, they're the matriarch, and they did this to keep control because they knew that you were so much better of a feminine energy that you were going to make your counterpart into a real masculine. Okay, they wanted to keep this person as a little baby that they could fucking siphon off of, that they could control. Okay, and they're fucking going down for it, High Priestess Reverse, you motherfucker. You're going down for it, what you did. Death gave them opportunities, these two. He gave them opportunities. He said, listen, do the right thing. You'll be all right. We'll let it off the hook. Death said this to them. Now they're both going to be made examples out of. High Priestess Reverse and Empress Reverse are being made an example out of. Page of Wands. Why? Because you got limitless potential. Okay, you're an inspiration. And Death says that you must be, this has to end. And these people, they don't want to stop. So this negative feminine energy is gone. They're done. They took themselves out. They don't even know where they're fucking lost their mind. This High Priestess in reverse, this Empress. They don't even know what they're doing right now. Look, they're crazy. They're coming off like nuts. Okay, because Nine of Swords in reverse. Because your counterpart's releasing whatever deep-seated fears. They're not scared. These people try to hold like this security stuff. Like, appearances. They don't give a fuck. Nobody cares about that stuff no more because you're showing that these people are fucking nothing. Okay, because if there was something, they would be able to do something. Because you're watching me right now, so why don't you come do something? All right, why don't you come do something if you're such a tough guy? All right, we want to know. We want to see you. Okay, we want to see what you're all about. All right, bring it. Come on. You said that you are what we are. Okay, and we are what you are. Please show us. All right, because now they won't because they're stuck, Eight of Swords. You got them stuck. They know they can't step to you, so they're just hoping you go away, but you're not. You're just sitting there like this. No, I'm right here, looking right at them. I'm not going to do it. I'm right here. And they're just pretending like they don't see you, but they know you're right there, and they're fucking going home, and they have nightmares about you. You are actually the boogeyman's boogeyman. Trust me when I tell you, that is how fucking dangerous you are in the spiritual realm. These people have no idea what they were messing with. Okay, they just knew you had a high destiny, but they didn't know you were this dangerous spiritually. Okay, and that is why these people are off balance. You knocked them completely off balance. You hit them with an uppercut. Okay, you hit him with a 1-2 shot, all right? This Empress in reverse. Basically, you came in there, you spanked both their heads together, okay? Now they're both off-balanced, all right? They're coming off as excessive, all right? You're being seen for their black magic. They're being seen as drunkards, drug addicts. Whatever they said you are is exactly what they are. Whatever they projected onto you is exactly what they are. Because remember, you have this Ace of Pentacles here, okay? You are this Nine of Pentacles, all right? You have the financial opportunity. Everything is coming into fruition here, okay? This is really good. And this High Priestess in reverse and this Empress reverse will be made an example out of. And now they're off balance and they're very much in regret because they're being seen as some dopes who try to win at all costs and they're headed straight to the Five of Pentacles because movement is here, okay? Your counterpart is suddenly aware that they want to choose happiness and these people, they're under judgment because they didn't plan this far. They didn't plan this far. But you did. Alright, so what's going to be the end result here for this High Priestess in reverse? What's the hopes and fears for these Empress in reverse, High Priestess in reverse? Hopes and fears. Okay, fears, Six of Pentacles reverse. So they are fearful of them losing everything because they want to take everything from you, okay? This was being seen now as a one-strided charity. The strings attached, okay? This was all about puppeteering. This High Priestess reverse was literally puppeting this, Empress in reverse to stop your fucking divine union, okay? This literally this is a fucking joke. This is insane because now they're on the Tower of Terror, okay? And the King of Wands is operating this Tower of Terror for this High Priestess in reverse and this Empress in reverse. And they love what they do, the King of Wands, okay? And they said they're going to go up and they're going to go down. And they're actually right now on it. And they're crying and they're screaming and they're throwing up, please, King of Wands, stop, please. But no, it's never going to stop. They're never going to stop. Those two did... It's King of Wands said they did stuff to them too, and they had enough in what they did to your counterpart. They said they had enough of it. They're putting an end to it now, they said. Releasing these deep-seated fears. Okay, they're going to knock out this Queen of Cups in reverse, this crybaby shit. They don't want to hear it. They don't, because that's what they're doing. They're, oh, we're not, blah, blah. They're blaming you. They said, no, it's not them. Okay, they're trying to say you, the Queen of Wands, is doing all this. Okay, but they're the ones. Okay, they're the ones crying like little bitches. They were tough guys, these High Priestess in reverse, Empress in reverse. Real tough guys. Okay, when you were down, when you couldn't, like, you know, they were doing a little black magic and they had a group of people. There were high-class people that they were all around. Now look at you. Look at you, motherfucker. Look at you. All right, I want you to. Look in the mirror. Look at yourselves. The Magic Mafia, the 8th House crew, has taken back it all. Queen of Wands, brother, we're here. All right, you ain't stopping us. You can't use this against us no more. They've been using that Queen of Wands shit against you for long enough, okay? And now Page of Wands in reverse, they have no direction, okay? They're very much off their spiritual path, okay? They could clearly see Three of Pentacles that you are collaborating, you are working together, okay? You have people who want to work with you. They tried to block this. They tried to blackball you. They told people that you were crazy, okay? That you couldn't be trusted. They said all types of crazy stuff, but they're the ones who couldn't be trusted. Because remember, you are the one who's the star of the show, and you will always be the star of the show, because you are the hero, and you are the you defeated your adversaries, okay? This is how it always goes, okay? You won, okay, and you did this all with the help of your King of Pentacles, your counterpart, because they're the best, okay? And they love you, and they knew what they were doing this whole time, and they knew this is the only way to get rid of this High Priestess in reverse. Trust me when I tell you, they said this person had too many fucking tentacles involved, that this is the only way they could expose them. Okay, and that you said that we had to go along with this, okay? We had to go along with this plan, all right? We had to trust them. And you did, perhaps. Maybe you had blind faith in this person. I don't know. Maybe you did. But if you did, that was a good decision. Because you followed your intuition, okay? When you follow your intuition, good things will happen. Okay, why? Because your intuition will never fail you. Never go against it. That's for sure. Going against your intuition would really cost you. Like these people trying to win at all costs. Thought you were a nobody, they said. I said, no, brother. We're more than what you'll ever do. We're more than you can imagine, all right? You're much more than they can imagine. Page of Swords. And why are you much more than you imagine? Because the Page of Swords is a card of new ideas, curiosity, and communication that signifies the exploration, learning, and expression of your thoughts and opinions. And you finding these new ways of communicating and have a thirst for knowledge is the reason why you're able to connect with this King of Pentacles, because you never gave up. You kept becoming the best version of yourself. Okay, and again, we have this Five of Swords, and these people, they want to win at all costs against you. All right, that's being seen through. It's really cost them. Okay, remember that. At what cost was it worth it? They know now it was not worth coming against you. Okay, because now they have this Five of Wands, because they want this conflict, this competition, this rivalry. It confirms this Five of Swords. Okay, but you having this new way of communicating clearly defeated this, whatever this crap they were trying to prove, okay? Because Six of Pentacles, because now you're receiving, okay? You're receiving a generous offer. You're receiving an even give and take, okay? Things are looking good for you, and now these people, they have to go to the Five of Pentacles, this High Priestess in reverse and this Empress in reverse, because what they did was heinous. Especially heinous that we had to call in the spiritual victim unit to handle this, okay? And now these people, they're in a lot of disarray here. Very much in disarray. Okay, very much off balance. Whatever, at the end of the day, listen, this is their karma. They got to be seen for this. This is what they've been doing for many years. You got to answer. You got to answer for it. Somebody's got to answer for Santino. Okay, you can't fool Corleone. Come on. Who do you think you're fooling over here, brother? Just please, don't insult our intelligence. Makes us very angry. All right? That's all we want you to know. It's all we need you to know. Okay, Ace of Swords in reverse. Because now these people come out very confused. They have clouded judgment. And maybe they want to rethink this idea. Because now coming up against you, that really cost them, like I said a couple times in the past, okay? Really cost them, this Five of Wands, wanting rivalry with you, conflict, competition. They can't even come up against you, these people. They think that they're going to rival you? Come on, please. The whole community couldn't even take you down. This person thought they were going to destiny swap. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. They're all gone. I settled all family business today, okay? Mo Green, Stracci, Barzini, Tatalia. They're all gone, okay? Because the Tower of Terror is here, brother, and they are all in there. And the King of Wands took care of all this, okay, brother? He took care of all of it. And he has them all in the Tower of Terror, all these people that came up against you. And who's in that tower? The devil himself, okay? Because he thought he was going to come in here and take over, okay? He was going to show these people. He was going to show Asmodeus just how tough he was, okay? Because Asmodeus couldn't get it done against you. And the devil thought he was going to come in here and really show people. He really showed them just how powerful and amazing he was. That's all they showed. And now he's on his way back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. In the Tower of Terror, screaming, crying right now. Screaming, crying, begging, pleading. Say, please, please, gangster, please, get me off this. No, 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 brother. You fucked with the wrong one. We told you not to fuck with us. We told you a long time ago. Don't ever fuck us, okay? We told you this, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? How hard-working we were. Because remember, the Knight of Pentacles is a card of common sense, responsibility, and loyalty that signifies fulfilling one's wishes or duties through dedication and patience. This is exactly what you did, okay? Exactly, because you had the strength to do this, the strength of 10 women, the strength of 10 men, okay? You showed just how strong you really are, okay? And that is what this devil proved. That's what all they did for you. They thought they were hurting you. No, no, no. They were actually helping you. And you knew this. And you tricked them. You tricked these people. They can't believe it. How did you trick us? You pulled the old switcheroo on them. They can't believe this, all right? 7 of Wands reverse. Now they want to give up. They're exhausted. They're in the Tower of Terror. They can't handle this anymore. Okay, Page of Swords. Your new ways of communicating they can't stop it. You can't stop it. Now their judgment's coming off clouded. People are saying, well, what do you mean? You said that this person, the star, was this, and that, but none of this. Wait a second. You're exactly what they are. Now people are seeing it's like, oh my God, why didn't we see this before? All right, now everybody's going to come, oh, we're so sorry you had to deal with this. And we're going to say, listen, get the fuck out of here, all right? Get the fuck out of our face. We don't want to hear it right now. All right, go make it up to us. Go start a festival, I said, festival. Okay, we want a festival, our own festival. Okay, because remember, we're lovers, okay? We love festivals, okay? So just understand, it's all about the lover's energy. You never lost this, okay? You never lost this, and now you're leaving these characters all behind, and everybody's chasing after you, and they're all saying, come back, Gangstar Magician, please, we didn't mean this, come back, Miss Magical Gangstar, Divine Feminine. You're saying, no, 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 we don't need you no more, all right? It's over. We took the energy back. We don't need you. Goodbye. See you later. We did this by ourselves. You tried to stop us. Goodbye. Okay, and that is what I might want to end it on that. I may want to end it just you leaving this all behind, but I don't think that's what I want to do because that's not what, you could do that, but maybe you might have to, perhaps. Okay, because remember, you're dealing with star and reverses here, okay? They thought they were going to take your energy. Now they're coming off as depleted. Okay, they're being seen completely as people trying to, Two of Swords, avoid whatever this nonsense is that they did, okay? But no, it's information overload. They cannot avoid this any longer, okay? It's starting to go beep, 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 like the danger, like this is, like the thing is coming here. It's on E. They're on E. The car's about to stop. They can't go any further. They're done. It's just like, okay, how much farther are you going to take this? I mean, you've been saying this for quite a bit now. How much longer do you think you're going to avoid this? This year's over in a month. Complete shift is happening here. Okay, and you are completely balanced. Okay, this shift is completely balancing out the scales for you. Okay, whatever these people did, okay, they have to pay for. Okay, and it's not even you doing this. This is just the universe balancing itself out. They attacked you and you didn't respond. Okay, you took it, you allowed it, and now they got to pay for this. Okay, because you are a magical gangstar magician, because you know how to get out of all these things. You're the Houdini of this whole situation. All right, and that's why you are a star of the show. Okay, you're the one everyone comes to see. Okay, you're the entertainment. Okay, you're here for entertainment purposes only. You said that's what you say. Okay, you like to make people laugh. You're very fun. Okay, you are a very loving Queen of Cups. That is 100% for sure. I 100% concur with that. And Two of Wands, you had a plan. Okay, you didn't have one plan, but you had many plans. Okay, because you knew that several of them would be derailed by whatever these devils, okay, they were watching. So you set them up. Okay, you let them think they were in control. And the reality is that you let them become like they were, and then they became out of control, okay, because they became overconfident, okay, because they didn't think you were going to be able to, live without them, is what they thought. They thought you were going to be pining for them, you always need them, and they were always going to take your energy. But no, you just pulled the fucking real quick fucking decapitation of sorts, okay, and that is why these people are trying to avoid judgment. They're trying to blame you for everything. They're trying to say this is all your fault. Okay, but the King of Wands is here operating the Tower of Terror. And he says, no, I've seen everything. You forgot about me too. They thought this King of Wands was an old dummy. Okay, they thought this person thought this person went senile or something. This person is sharper than ever. brother, okay, and you may have heard of him, okay? He's the one that all these people live off this person's name, okay? Now you're gonna have to pay because you're in the Tower of Terror and they control this Tower of Terror. They love it. They say they fucking love putting you in the Tower of Terror. They trust me, especially as High Priestess and Virgin. They say it's a long time coming for this person. That's what this King of Wands told me. Long time coming for this Matriarch. That's what they said, okay? They said the Hierophant is here. Institutional support is here. You are taking this over. The end is here. Five of Wands, whatever conflict, rivalries, okay, they're done. Matriarch is done. They're finished. It's over. The witch is dead, okay, because everybody knows you're the real High Priestess here, okay? This person is not anything. You're the real one, okay? We're going to end it on there because remember, you are the pure, innocent, full, universal energy person who is full with this High Priestess, okay? You are a pure and innocent High Priestess, and that is for sure. You're the star of the show. You're walking away. You got a King of Pentacles that's releasing their deep-seated fears, okay? Your two biggest enemies are going to be made examples out of, and what else can I say but namaste, brother?